Hi there, my name is John Paul. I'm not a pope, but I love to help you cope by instilling in you some hope, because hope lives here. I'm your favorite nurse educator and your loyal mental health advocate. I make mental health videos and I provide self-help tips just so you can optimize your performance in life, generally. In my previous video, I gave a presentation on the cluster B personality, particularly the antisocial and then the borderline personality disorder. Everyone, one way or the other, wants to receive compliments or depends on the feedback of others just so they can do what they want to do. But if you over-depend on the feedback or compliments of others to such an extent that you are so bent on having someone compliment you, you are likely histrionic. And these are some features of someone who has the histrionic personality disorder under the cluster B personality. 1. If you feel extremely uncomfortable if you are not the center of attraction in most situations, it's very likely that you are histrionic or you have the histrionic personality disorder. If you always feel like entertaining people, that also means the same. Number 3, if you constantly seek and depend on the approval of others before you do things, it means you have the histrionic personality disorder. Also, if you make rash decisions in life, maybe we are decided to do something all of a sudden, something that you should sit back and ponder over your decision, and you make your decisions in a haste, yes, maybe you are histrionic. If you flirt, dress or behave provocatively just so you can remain the center of attraction, histrionic. If you have the reputation for being dramatic or over-emotional, you are equally histrionic. And finally, if you have the tendency to be easily influenced by others, you are histrionic. The last personality disorder under the cluster B is a narcissistic personality disorder. Let me refresh your mind. In my previous video, I did mention of the antisocial personality disorder and the borderline personality disorder. In this video, I have mentioned the histrionic personality disorder. So the last of the list under the cluster B again is the narcissistic personality disorder. So now the name narcissistic was coined from an ancient story of a hunter who went hunting and saw himself in the river and admired himself so to the extent that he tried to kiss himself in the river. Of course, that is a reflection. So when he touched the river with his lips, he realized that his image just vanishes. He stands there waiting for the river to be still just so he could see himself, the reflection, and kiss again, and he died out of thirst. That's how come we got a name narcissistic. So we say someone is a narcissist. Now, it is natural that in life you tend to admire yourself and then want to, seek appraisal from people about how you feel. One time, not always. If that becomes the pivot of your life, always seeking to get compliment from people, then you are a narcissist or you have the narcissistic personality disorder. Let's see some of the other features of individuals with this kind of personality disorder. Number 1, they believe that there are several reasons that could make them feel special or be favored in cases that other people need to be given some form of consideration. It's rather them or no one else, because they are full of admiration for themselves. Also, they have very weak or fragile self-esteem, so they rely on others just so they could feel validated in cases that doesn't need validation. That is what they come across like. So you can have a spouse. Well, this is just an example of someone who is a narcissist. We're going to an event and we are late for the event, and after I had tooted my horn several times and you have joined me, there you go. Sitting in your chair and filling in, drop the mirror in the car and gone like, haven't you seen me? Would you not tell me that I'm looking beautiful? That is typically a narcissist behavior. Another feature of these people is that they feel very upset. Like I said, they feel very upset when they do not get the compliments that they think that they ought to get for people, particularly when they have spent time behind the mirrors and looking at how glamorous or beautiful they are looking. One simple one. You are someone who will take a peek at yourself in any mirror that you pass by, in town or anywhere you find yourself. you are a suspect. Likely that you are a narcissist. They do not take pleasure, or they are not interested in other people's success. It must be about them, and if it is not about them, it makes them feel just so down. They are not going to rejoice with you when you are successful. If they are faking it. They put their needs above other people's needs and demand that people put their needs above theirs. More like they are not willing to give anything, but they want everyone to give everything for them. That isn't how life is supposed to go. Life is a give and take affair. But even so, there is more blessing in giving than in taking. But that is not about the narcissists. They just want to take and take and take and take. They will seldomly give you a compliment, if they would at all. These people, wherever they are in any social setting, are seen as selfish, and they are not able to give consideration to anyone's ideas. They are very dismissive of ideas always about them, if they are not in the center of affairs. I would like to just remind you again that this has been a discussion on the cluster B personality, the antisocial, the borderline, the histrionic, and finally, in the concluding part, the narcissistic personality. If you have any question about the submissions, just leave a comment. But before you move on to anything else, don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notifications just so you can get notified each time we post our video. And share, just so someone could also be blessed. See you.